that the protesters have been arrested. The protesters were protesting we can see on screen that the protesters are protesting and they have been arrested. Cutting across to you, Aneri. Once again, we can see that the protesters who were protesting in Hyderabad
have been staging protest. Well, what we are seeing right now is that the supporters of the BRS party have been staging protest over the arrest of K Kavitha, where she was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate officials yesterday from Hyderabad, and later she was taken to the national capital, and right now she is being produced before the Rouse Avenue Court in the national capital for the custody. But also, when we talk about the BRS party, they have been calling it as the vendetta politics by the BJP, and also they have been questioning the timing. And at the same time, we see that the BRS has now called for a statewide protest, and that is the reason why we see that protest has broken out in Siddipet district of Telangana, where BRS supporters were seen staging protests. Well, however, police reached the spot then, and later the police officials had taken all the BRS leaders. They had detained and they were later shifted to the local police station. But what we are also learning is that the BRS has now also said that they will also be looking at the legal legal opinion also they will be taking, because remember, there is already a case which has been going on in the Supreme Court, and the next hearing for that was on the 19th. But just before that, we saw that K Kavitha has now been arrested by the Enforcement Directorate officials yesterday from Hyderabad, and right now she will be produced before the Rouse Avenue Court. So we'll have to wait and watch what hearing goes on. But as of now, BRS supporters are seen staging protest against the arrest of K Kavitha, and also they have been calling it as a vendetta politics and also questioning the timing over the arrest of K Kavitha.
Right, Aneri, you know, while she was being arrested, K Kavitha asserted that she had done nothing wrong, and she also alleged that the centre was using the ED as the BJP could not gain, I quote, backdoor entry into Telangana.
Well, Guinea, definitely the BRS and the BJP are right now in the face of, because when we see when we talk about the BRS says that the BJP has been using all the central agencies against the opposition parties, because remember, K Kavitha had been earlier summoned, but she did not appear before the Enforcement Directorate for questioning, whereas she had moved to the Supreme Court, and later she had got some sort of relief, and that is the reason why we had seen that the next hearing for that case was on the 19th of September and 19th of March in the Supreme Court. But then just before that, yesterday, we had seen the Enforcement Directorate officials arriving at K Kavitha's residence, conducting searches, and later she was also arrested. But amid the arrest, we also seen how K Kavitha's brother and the BRS working president K.T. Rama Rao, who was seen putting a heated argument with the ED officials there at Kavitha's residence, questioning on how can they arrest K Kavitha without a transit warrant, and also when there is a matter which is pending in Supreme Court, then will it not breach the Supreme Court guidelines? And also that is the reason why we are seeing right now a lot of developments and protests which have been broken out here in the state of Telangana by the BRS supporters over the arrest of K Kavitha, and they have been also hitting out at the BJP, calling it as a political vendetta by the Bharatiya Janata Party and use of central agencies against the opposition parties is what the BRS says.